So hello everyone, I am Dr. Shweta from Jagannath University, and today we will discuss designing product, services and processes. So what is product design? Product design means it is a way for manufacturers to satisfy customers and gain differential advantages. It refers to the arrangement of elements that collectively form a good or services. When we talk about product design, product means the outer appearance of the product and the function for which we are purchasing that product. So it consists with these two elements. It is concerned with the form and functional aspects of the product. Form design involves the determination of what a product would look like, what it will be made of and how it will be made. Functional design means what function the product will perform and how it will perform. Fine. If you are going to purchase a car, so what you are expecting from it, about the mileage, about the speed, about the other engineering specifications, fine. And form design means, so that all will come under the functional designs, and the form design means the outer appearance of that particular model. Then what is the objective of product design? Why there is a need to designing the product? To generate profit in long run, achieve desired product quality, reduce development time and cost to the minimum. When we will fix a benchmark for a particular product, then in that case it will reduce our redevelopment cost and the cost. It will work for the cost minimization also. Then it ensure manufacturability. What are the factors that influencing product design? When we design a product, we keep certain factors in mind, like what is the customer requirement, what customer want from us, what customer want from a product. Then convenience of the operator or user. We should design product in such a manner that it should be easy to operate for the customer or the client. Then type of material used, which type of material we are using for that particular product. As we know, all sort of material, all sort of product type is available in the market regarding a single product. Then what will be the cost or ratio? As we know, all the hatchback, sedan and Mercedes-Benz, all the range of premium segment also, everything is available in case of the automobile, in case of the four-wheelers. Then product quality, process capabilities, effects on existing product. When we are designing the new product, we should keep this in mind. If we are dealing already in that product line, then what effect it will put on the existing products. Then the packaging of product, as we know, it will go further hand in hand till end to the customer. So we should keep the packaging factor also in mind. So here are some characteristics of good product design: performance, appearance, reliability, simplification, standardization, maintainability, availability and the safety of the client and the safety of the product. So these are the characteristics of good product design. It should look appealing, fine. In appearance should be appealing. The product should be reliable. If I am purchasing a product today, so it should be of that quality so that in future also I must be able to use that product. The product must be available all the time in the market, and it should be easy to maintain, it should be simple, it should be standard, and the specification to use that product should be clearly mentioned, and it should be safe for the client. Now these are the approaches to product design. These are the important points which we should keep in mind while designing the product. Designing for the customer, ultimately for whom we are designing, who will use the product, the customer will use the product. So we have to design according to the customer specification, according to the requirement of the customers. So earlier what we did, we were designing the product in mass and flow manner, fine, we are designing the product, but now you can see that according to the customer specification, according to their customer needs, the products are available. For example, earlier we used to go to the tailor shop For the standard products, now we are using the boutique for the designing, for the material, for the thread work, for the another specification of the dress. Fine. So designing for the manufacturing assembly. In designing for the manufacturing assembly, today the industries are using the concurrent approach where the designer and engineer work together. Fine. Earlier designer used to design the product and it will be handed over to the engineer, but at the part of the development, the problems faced by the engineer would not be delivered to the designer. So now the industries are using the concurrent approach where the designers and engineers work together to overcome the problems. Designing for ease of operation. In ease of operation, we should keep in mind the 3S, the simplification, the standardization and so we are talking about designing for ease of production. In this we have to consider the 3S, the simplification, the standardization and the specification. This will make product more easy to use. As we all know, we are designing the product for the quality product will be demanded by the customer again and again. So we have to design the products according to the quality. Designing for ergonomics. Ergonomics means to reduce the poor quality products. Now we are using the human factor engineering to improve the quality standards of the product. Designing for environmental protection. So we should make those products that are more environmental safe, environmental friendly. Then designing for recycling, the products which we are designing that should be reusable. Now the process management. It is concerned with the selection of inputs, operations, workflows and method that transform input into outputs. Earlier we discussed the process management in the forms of the process layouts, product layouts. As we know that the selection of the layout, the selection of the technology depends on the product, which type of product you are producing, which type of product you are manufacturing in the industry. So the starting point of input selection is the make or buy decisions. As we all know, all the industries doesn't make each and everything inside the factory. Some things they produce and some things they order from the outside. They outsource the things and then they are assemble in their units and the brand name will be theirs only. Process decisions are concerned with the proper mix of human skills and equipments needed to be produced. So here are some type of production processes. Production process is the primary function of an industrial enterprises. It is also known as the conversion process or transformation process. It can be grouped into the three forms: forming, machining and assembly. In forming process, it is applied to the metals. In forming process, the metal is molten in that temperature. So whatever the shape you require to produce, you can convert the metal into that particular shape. In machining, the machining operations like milling, drilling are there, and in assembling, how to join the product, how to assemble the product. So casting, forging, extrusion, stamping, embossing and spinning are the forming process, are the examples of forming process. In machining process, there are certain types like turning of the machines, drilling machines, boring machines, milling, grinding, shaping, chemical milling and electro-discharge machining. All these are covered under the machining process. In assembly process, we use welding to join two metal parts, brazing. As we all know, with the welding and brazing is the more finer aspect of the welding. Fine. Soldering, when we join the wires, soldering. Riveting means to fix the nut bolts between two angles. Fastening by nut bolts and the fastening by bolts and nuts. Assembling using adhesive. So when we use adhesive to put a sun mica on furniture, so that can come under the assembly using adhesive. So this is from my side for today. Thank you very much.